This is the car that keeps the lights on at Porsche. It's their best-selling model ever. But is it a real Porsche or just a luxury badge? So today we're diving into this 2021 Porsche Macan S finished in a legendary chalk paint. This isn't just your average spec. This car is a heavily optioned $85,000 build. So we're going to look at the interior of this car, the 348 horsepower V6, and why this specific year is actually a smarter choice for anyone cross-shopping the BMW X3 M40i or the Audi SQ5. So, if you're looking for the best driving midsize SUV on the market, you need to watch this video. Yo, what's up YouTube family? Welcome back to the channel. So we just cleared over 600 plus subscribers. So all my new subscribers, welcome to the family. Today we're going to be taking a look at this 2021 Macan S in an ultimate beautiful chalk color. This car packs amazing feature that doesn't separate it much from the Cayennes, the Panameras, and the 911. We're going to dive into what makes this car one of the best buy mid SUVs out there compared to the X3s, BMW X3s, the Q5s and whatnot. Let's dive into it. First, let's talk about this color, chalk. It's arguably the most famous non-color in the Porsche lineups right now. And what makes this special is that it's flat paint. There is no metallic flake whatsoever, but it has this incredible depth. It's like a high-end porcelain finished. You can't really tell until you come closer to this car. It looks fantastic on this Macan, and I love it. Definitely going to be on my list on the next Porsche car I'll be buying. Alright, let's talk about the wheels. On the original window sticker, this car actually came with a 21-inch RX Spider wheels. Those are legendary. But the owner wanted a black rim, I believe, and went for these aftermarket wheels. It still looks great in the car. Alright guys, so let's get inside the interior of this car and I will show you guys what makes this car really special. If you ain't out there in the market for a mid-size SUV, please keep watching this video. Okay, so the first thing I noticed when I opened this door is how heavy this door is. And that tells you one thing, the build quality is it's next level. And looking at this, the letters here, the build quality here, it's great. Yeah, that's Porsche quality. And this buttons right here for the windows, I believe this is the same with my Cayenne. Yeah, it's pretty much the same, but this, that's a quality right there. That alone tells you what we're about to see next. So this steering wheel here, it's the same with the Cayenne 2016 to 2019, I believe, model before they changed to the newer ones. Yeah, I like this sports design steering. It's really beautiful. And this comes with a 14-way seats adjustment. Not bad. And look at the quality of the letters. Yeah, this is good. I like this about this car. So for a second, you probably wonder if this is a Cayenne. It is not a Cayenne. This is a Macan. So that tells you nothing separates this much from the Cayennes. Yeah, looking around, you could actually see the Porsche signature design all over this car. Yeah, you see the stitching on the seats, the stitching on the door, and of course the sports chrono clock. That's a nice touch. And let's talk about this design layout here where you have all these buttons. So I actually think this is aging very well. It's a little bit outdated, but I don't have any problem with this. And also talking about quality, yeah, that's a very good quality climate control button. It's really nice to touch. And that's the PDK gear selector. Very nice. And let's talk about the screen for a second. This is the a little bit older software, but it's still very responsive, as you can see here. Very responsive to the touch. And that's the navigation. Yeah, pretty standard. And I like this. I like this. And you know, right now manufacturers are all moving away from buttons and stuff. But I like the fact that Porsche, you know, have all these shortcuts like this phone, apps, CAD, nav, and all that good stuff. This is really good. I only wish that manufacturer would go back to putting the buttons in a car. I'm not a big fan of touch screens and whatnot. But I mean, it's basically subjective. And this car also comes with a sports button here. I like this a lot. So you could definitely switch from sports to sports plus and individual mode. And it has this button right here where if you push this button, it gives you 20 seconds of boost. This is great if you wanted to get, you know, pass somebody on the freeway, you know, in a tight situation, you wanted to, you know, get all the power you need. This button right here. It's really good. And one of the things that you will notice as soon as you start looking at the gauge cluster is this only has 3 screens. Now on the Cayennes and the Panameras and the 911s, it comes with 5 screens. Of course, not the newer model. Newer models are all full screen, but this one, yeah, that's how you know you are in a Macan, because yeah. But there's nothing wrong with this. There's a lot of good information here as well. And the visibility here, it's really good compared to the Panamera, where the steering is sometimes covering, you know, the rest of the screen. You always have to look and, you know, to see more information on there. So yeah, I'm really liking this car. Yeah. Build quality, everything around here feels really premium. This is nice. I'm really liking this car. Like you can't really tell like you're in a different model. Porsche, it still has the Porsche DNA all over it. Everything around here, the build qualities, the material used, and the car feels very sturdy and heavy. Yeah, I'm liking this car a lot, actually. You know what? Let's take a look at the back seat, and we can talk about one thing I don't like. Okay, so let's take a look at the back seat. So the back seat of this car, yeah, it's really small. This is my sitting position. I'm 6 foot tall. So let's see without making any adjustment to my. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah, here's the leg room. It's super tight. I can't even move my legs. So this is basically not for tall people. I mean, if you have kids, little kids, no problem at all. But for a 6 foot tall guy, yeah, that's not gonna be good for a long ride. I mean, for a short ride, I mean, probably can work, but yeah, not for a long drive, unfortunately. And talking about headroom, yeah, this car also have the panoramic roof, as you can see here. So my head, it's not really touching. I mean, if I adjust my head a little bit, that'll be fine. So, and this is because of the design of this car. It's a little bit slopey down, and Porsche did this to keep the design form factor, you know, around all their models. So that's the sportiness of this car. So, but overall, I mean, if you're not a tall person or you have, you know, kids, yeah, this is not bad. Now, one more thing we need to check. Let's check the trunk space, and we can talk about the practicality of this car compared to other mid SUVs out there. Let's do that. So if you're a family of 5 going on a road trip, yeah, this is definitely enough to pack your luggages. Short trip, weekend trip, whatnot. I'm actually impressed. And if you put this seat down, of course, that increased the space to around 25 cubic feet, I believe. That's quite impressive given how small this car looks. All right, so let's close the trunk. Very nice. All right, so we're gonna take this car for a spin and see if it handles just like a 911. And talking of which, let's talk about the engine of this car. The engine feels incredibly very smooth. So this car is a perfect daily driver. And the best part of this car, the engine of this car, is the transmission, the PDK transmission. I mean, you will definitely not feel this car shifting. That's how smooth the transmission is. I'm quite impressed. So when you start comparing this car with the BMWs, of course we're going to compare this car a lot with the BMW X3, M40i, and the QX5. This car feels smooth and connected to the road. Like you would definitely you would definitely feel how smooth this car is. I have a 2016 Cayenne GTS, and I feel like I'm driving the same car. Of course, there's little subtle difference here and there with the suspension, how fast the car is, but overall, it feels the same. I feel the same driving dynamics. It feels like it's the same car. I can't tell them apart, you know. Okay, now let's talk about the big question, right? Why buy this car over X5, X3, I beg your pardon, and QX5 or the QS5? Well, one of the first thing that comes to my mind is the value, right? This 2021 Porsche Macan S retails around $35,000 to $45,000. I mean, of course, it has lost significantly compared to the MSRP of $85,000, but still, this car will retain its value far better than the BMW X3, 40i, M40i, and the QX5s. This car will retain the value. Of course, it's a Porsche. As long as you maintain the car, change the oils, and do all the servicings, whatnot, the car definitely retains value better. All right, for me, I've driven both cars, and I can tell you that the BMW, while it seems a little bit faster compared to this, and the SQ5 is also faster compared to this car. However, the driving dynamics is different. BMW is more sportier than this, but the way this car drives speaks Porsche signature. So if you're buying this car and you wanted to daily drive it, yeah, it will give you a great value compared to the other two. But again, the trunk space is also something to consider. You know, it's not that big, but it's also not that bad either, right? If you 17.5, 17.2 cubic feet, it's actually a quite substantial space if you wanted to go to grocery shopping or a weekend trip with your family. I think that's a big win. this transmission is really very smooth, and this car feels very responsive. I'm quite impressed and surprised at the same time. All right, so my final verdict. The 2021 Macan S is the perfect bridge between a classic Porsche car and a modern tech. So if you're in the market for a mid-size SUV, don't look too far from this car. This car offers similar experience like some base Cayennes, some base Panameras, the 911s out there. I'm actually impressed with what I've experienced so far, driving this car since I picked it up this morning. The form factor, the build quality, the driving experience, yeah, it's something that I would recommend. All right, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Would you buy this car over the BMW X3 M40i or the Audi QS5? Personally, for me, I will buy this car. All right, with that being said, we just cleared our 500 subscriber goal. We are pushing to 1,000 subscribers. To all my new subscribers, thank you and welcome aboard. We will be resuming our GTI Autobahn rebuild. We're waiting for the transmission. We'll be starting that project next week, hopefully. Until I catch you guys next one, enjoy your day and stay blessed. Peace.